All right, so everybody's joining me today for a little bit of sales tips. Guys, this is Jason Valentine with Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty, and if you're watching this, it's because you are in a sales career, you want to do better, you've been thinking about a sales career, maybe you've been thinking about joining my team here at Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty, and guess what, guys? Sales is a career, sales is a very honorable occupation, and a lot of people who don't do it right give our industry and our occupation really, really bad reputations. So that being said, I'm going to jump in today with sales tips, and today we're going to talk about motivation and how you can tie into the motivation of what your buyer is trying to accomplish, so that way you can be of better service to them. So guys, anybody who sells knows, or anybody who says that buying is a logical decision is lying to you. Buying is almost 100% an emotional decision. We justify it with logic, but unless you get an emotional reaction from your buyers, you're not going to get anything accomplished. So I want to talk to you guys about motivation and the 5 dominant buying motives that are going to help you get more sales if you tie them into your presentation and really get into an understanding of how you want to help your consumer. So I use this acronym called PPNFL, and it stands for pride, profit, need, fear, and love. The bottom line is, guys, there are only 5 reasons anybody buys anything. It's pride, profit, need, fear, or love when you actually break down to it. So let me just get you into pride, for example. Pride is something that you'll see people who are buying based off of pride will say something like, well, I have to have it. Well, all my friends have it. I want that type of status symbol or whatever the case may be. That's a prideful remark right there. When somebody tells me, well, I want to live in this particular neighborhood because it's the nicest neighborhood from what they consider, well, that's typically a prideful thing. So understand that pride is your first dominant buying motive, and if you can tie into that, it helps you come back and talk to the people later. Oh, isn't this the neighborhood that you wanted to buy in? It reminds them of why they started this process in the beginning. Profit. Anytime that you're selling a product and the reason that your consumer wants to buy the product is because of saving them money or making them money, you're talking about profit as your dominant buying motive. So if somebody comes in and says, well, for me, it's, well, buying is cheaper than renting, I know I'm dealing with somebody who has that profit mindset. And that allows me to come back later in the presentation and talk to them about exactly what my product can do to either save them money or make them money. Need with a D on it. Guys, these are people that need what you're selling. If you're selling a car and your consumer is walking to and from work every day, well, guess what? They need your vehicle. They need some form of transportation to be able to get to and from work so they have a job. Fear. This is something a lot of people don't think about, but we actually see this quite a bit, and I've been in housing for some time. People that want to leave our local market and move to a bigger city so they can have better medical care, for example, would be an example of fear being a dominant buying motive. They're afraid of what they may not have. Maybe the fear of missing out. Right now, across the board for most industries, interest rates are really low. Maybe they fear. That's why they want to buy that product now, is because the interest rate is low and they're afraid that the interest rate is going to go up. Love. Let's be honest, guys. Sometimes we just do it because we love those around us. And so when you have a consumer who says, well, I want to get my wife whatever she wants. I want to get my wife, this because I want to show that I care about her. That's the reason that they're doing it. That's their dominant buying motive. Guess what? Tie into it. Remind them why they're doing that throughout the process. You'll end up having a better sale and a better interaction with your customer afterwards. So what I want to let you know is a lot of times there's a primary and a secondary dominant buying motive. For example, they might have fear, so they want to move to Albuquerque for better medical care or whatever the case may be, but they want to live in a particular neighborhood. So you might have 2 reasons that they're doing it. Usually there's a primary motive and then a secondary. Identifying what these dominant buying motives are, what it allows you to do as a sales professional is come back to the at the end when they're having objections and stuff like that and say, Well, the reason you wanted to move to that big city was medical care. Is that still the case? And when you understand them in that way and you give it back to them almost verbatim of what they said, it shows you're a real professional. It shows that you're listening to them, and it shows that you have a sincere desire in helping them get what they want. So guys, this was a short little video. I'm always going to try to do these little 5-minute blurps about once a month for you. Guys, this is Jason Valentine, Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty. I've been doing this sales thing for about 20 years now, and I hope this little tip helps you that much better in your sales career. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.